Yo, hey everyone, it is I, Carnage. Welcome back to episode 3 of Marvel vs. Capcom Revisited. I got a request from one of you guys a while back, like a month or two ago, to cover Dr. Doom, and I thought, why not? If you guys request it, I'll do it. So here we go with Doom. And as always, there's no script, there's no grand editing or jokes or whatever, blah blah blah. It's purely stream of consciousness, and like in the previous 2 episodes about Frank West and Dante, I have some bullet points on my phone, just for me to go off of. But this isn't a fully thought out script, you know, from top to bottom. It's just bullet points I can go off of and ramble with. So, give some backstory to the character. Dr. Doom, I have written here. He appeared first in issue 5 of the Fantastic Four comics, and this issue came out in July of 1962, so he is an old school villain. He is super old. He is the monarch of Latveria and the main rival to Mr. Fantastic and the rest of the Fantastic Four. So again, pretty old villain. He has an extensive history in the comics and in other forms of Marvel-related media. And he's a fan favorite. Come on, he inspired MF Doom. He is also S tier and arguably top 3, probably top 4 at least in the game. He is extremely strong, extremely versatile, very few weaknesses, and pretty much everyone plays Doom. If I try to think about how many Doom players personally that I know in real life, there's a lot. At least 10, 15 people I know that play Doom. And yeah, I will go over his assist now briefly. So Plasma Beam, it's a forward shooting projectile, hits 10 times I believe maximum. It's very good, very high durability, good damage as well, but it does add to damage scaling, so that's the main weakness. Hidden missiles, which we all know about. If you play Marvel, you know what hidden missiles is. Bunch of missiles, I think around 8 of them. It could be 10, but I'm pretty sure it's 8. Shoot up and they come down, they home in on the opponent, and they break your combo, and they also hit OTG. They allow you to do combo extensions, and they're horrible. I hate dealing with them. And Molecular Shield, which is the rocks that go forward. Sort of like Plasma Beam in that it's a forward-moving projectile that goes full screen, but it's still pretty good. All 3 assists are some of the best assists in the game. But you don't see this one as often due to Plasma Beam and hidden missiles just being a bit more effective. So Doom is probably, you know, this game has like, what, 50 characters in it, I think? 50? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 48. Yeah, it's got 50 characters. And out of that extensive character roster with all these beautiful faces that you see on screen, I think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Doom is like the most chosen character in this entire game. He is completely nuts. Everyone uses him. I mean, I don't, but... And you'll see that I can't do the advanced Doom stuff. But I don't need to have it for this video, because it's just, you know, it's just simple Doom stuff. This isn't a guide, this isn't like how to play. It's just breaking down the character and why I think he's cool. So, some of his best partners, I'll say now. Well, look, the thing with Doom is because he's so strong and so versatile, pretty much every single character in the game can go well with him. Like, you can do random, you can do Doom, and you can do random again, and that's another team. Like, that's a solid team you can play. But for now, I'll go with Virgil, and I will go with Strider. We'll go Nova as the training dummy as always. I pick Nova as the training dummy because he's very tall. He has a decent hitbox, okay, hitbox rather. He's not too big, not too small. Alright. So, normals and specials. I've written here. Dr. Doom is an extremely strong all-round character. He's not a rushdown, he's not a zoner. He can pretty much do everything. He has really good movement. You can see, dush, dush, dush. Oh, I gotta grab, cool. You can fly around, and you can plank dash here, but again, not a Doom player, so I can't really do it. What else have I written? Yeah, he's great at playing a keep away game, because he can just back out, go in the air, throw out some projectiles, and just do generally whatever he wants. Hidden missiles. He puts the hurt on. Dr. Doom hurts bad. So a good strategy is you just want to fly away and just kind of zone them out. Because you can see his air projectiles, they go down at an angle. They don't really go down, well, they don't really go horizontally forward like that. They kind of go down at an angle. And that's really good at controlling space. And this move is also an OTG. We'll get to that later and what you can do with it. And also when you're up close, you can go for something crazy. You can go for a grab and then get a pickup. So you can also do the infamous move, Foot Dive. This is good for a variety of reasons, and I'll break them down. So, in my opinion, one of the reasons why it's easy is because it's literally just his jumping S. There is no execution whatsoever. You can do it super low to the ground. But you can see it's super easy. That's reason number one, easy execution. Reason number two, hard knockdown on hit. Hard knockdown on hit. And because standing medium is an OTG, or standing heavy is an OTG, and this is an OTG, and hidden missiles are OTG, you get so many pickups, and so many just combos from this one move. You can see that was a basic day 1 B&B, and it does really big damage. So foot dive is insane. Reason number three, it's a cross-up. So even if it looks like he's on the same side, sometimes he's not. And when you're in the heat of the moment, it can be very hard to figure out... excuse me. When you're in the heat of the moment, it can be extremely hard to figure out which side of the screen he's actually on with the foot dive. I've gotten hit by this move so many times, even when I've known it's coming, simply because it decided to hit me as a cross-up. It's very dumb. But if he hits the side of the screen, he ends it early. This can screw you over due to ending your momentum, but it can actually help you out in some ways. Let's see. So I've also written down Dr. Doom, you know, compared to the other kind of like air dash characters like Storm, Nova, Magneto, etc. He's not as fast as them. Like his movement is a bit... I don't know if clunky is the right word to say, but he's definitely not as fast as someone like Magneto, for example. So Dr. Doom's movement does take some getting used to. And one of the reasons for that, as you can see, he has a pretty lackluster forward dash. It's pretty slow. You can't press anything out of it. So I can do this. You can see I'm trying to go for crouching heavy, crouching medium, crouching light. Nothing works. You have to wait for the full dash animation to finish and then do it. So that's why he has this. I'll reset my inputs. The try jump. So the way that this works in Marvel, you can dash by pressing 2 buttons. Pretty much any combo you want, in the ground or on the air. So you jump diagonally forward. I'll back up. You jump diagonally. And then diagonal down and 2 buttons. And because it's so fast, you can get some crazy stuff with it. So if I go for a forward dash and I try to dash over, I don't have enough time for an OTG. But if I do this right, yeah, there we go. There's the OTG. And I'll keep the combo really simple. So you can see this is a crucial part of Doom's game plan. And it also allows you to go for some pretty crazy stuff. You can also use it to style. Because you can dash upwards, I think? Yeah, upwards, and you can go directly down. So you can just style a little bit like that. Get the knockdown. I can't do it, but you get the idea. Knock him down, boom. This is pretty cool. So we'll briefly go over his normals. So you have standing light punch or the standing light. That's alright. It's kind of slow, can't be rapid fired into itself. Decent combo starter, but you don't really use it that often. Crouching light is pretty good. It can be rapid fired, and you go into a combo, like so. It's not super bad. Standing medium, I went over before. OTG. Standing heavy, I went over before. Crouching medium, not too bad. Decent combo filler tool, but it could work as an anti-air as well, I think. But it seems like it has a bit of a low hitbox. And it has decent range. It'll hit from around this far out. Crouching heavy is this good sweep with long range. You can combo into a launcher or into the rocks. So you can do... Oh. There we go. Then you mash extra damage. It's pretty alright, although it's not an OTG. Jumping light is used for the... let me try something. It's used for the TAC combos where they do like, you know, go absolutely crazy. I don't know how to do it though. That's what it's used for mainly in TAC infinites and combos. You don't really do it in combos like this. Jumping medium you do. Jumping medium is very good. You'll notice that it hits twice. So doing the move twice, it's like reuse jumping medium. If you do the move twice, it'll hit 4 times. And because you get so much time to hit confirm, it's so easy to go into a foot dive. But it does really good damage. You can see 9,000 damage. So if each hit does 9,000 damage in that combo, and you can do it 4 times, that's like 36,000 damage. That's not bad. You know, when damage scaling kicks in, you can get some pretty decent stuff with this move. I messed it up. It's slow. And jumping heavy is the butter gun. We all know this. It's alright. It hits full screen, but it has very bad startup. And the moment you touch the ground, the beam just stops. It just stops being active. Like, you see how it's going through Nova, even though it's clearly making contact with him, it's just not hitting him. You can use this move in combos, but you don't really want to, though. You mainly just want to do forward heavy in the air, which is this foot dive. Now you see S foot dive, like I showed off before, knockdown on hit. However, has horrible range. You need to be right above them to do it. Whereas forward heavy, it's full screen until you hit the edge of the screen. And on hit, boom, you get a pickup. Into a pretty decent combo. So cross up, boom. So the Doom B&B is OTG launch, medium, heavy foot dive, normal foot dive. And then you can pick up, go for a super, assist, DHC, whatever you want to do. Alright, we'll get into his specials now. You can see Doom's move list. It's pretty simple. He has 4 specials, 3 supers, and 3 command normals. So not that bad. Not that many things to remember. Alright, Plasma Beam. What is like a forward and a button. Light hits 4 times, medium hits 6 times? First one it was 7. Yeah, there you go, 7. And heavy hits... I thought it hit 10 times, 9 times. Okay. Cool. So this is his main projectile. It has kind of bad startup and a lot of recovery. And characters like Dante and Virgil can easily teleport it. But it's still good to use for chip. Let's make them block. Actually, hang on, I'll turn off health recovery. So you can see, the chip adds up. It's adding up. So from long range, you want to do this. If you have an assist like Virgil, for example, you pull him in, you get that chip damage. Strider can help lock him down. Strider wants to come out. So you can see, it adds up over time. It's pretty good. You don't really use it in combos. And it does have an air version. Pretty much the same thing, but it hits at a downwards angle. Actually, I will make him stop blocking. Causes a little knockdown like that. And again, it's an OTG. Oh. And you can Tiger Knee it as well. Just pretty good. We have Photon Shot, quarter circle back, and a button. So it has low damage, however, it has fantastic range. Like you can see, this is pretty much full screen. So light, the beams are kind of stuck together, then they spread out over time. Medium, they spread out a bit quicker. And heavy, they immediately spread out. And you can also do this move in the air. At a downwards angle. And it follows the same principle. It's pretty good for limiting the enemy's movement, especially if you're fighting a grounded character like Iron Fist, for example, who don't, you know, they can't really get to you from a distance, and they have no air mobility or no teleport. They can't teleport in, they can't fly in, they can't teleport in. I keep saying teleport, my bad, I sound like a broken record. But yeah, if they can't approach you properly from a distance, this move is going to be a massive pain in the arse for them. So use this whenever you can. And again, with assists, it's pretty good. You combine it with that. If you like zoning out, Doom might be good for you. Molecular Shield, DP, and a button are recently inputs. DP and a button. Molecular Shield. The heavier the button, the more startup. Hits multiple times, has very good durability. Although it has, from memory, I don't believe it has any invincible or armored frames, so you can get hit from this frame on. And you mainly want to use it to go into Sphere Flame Super. For that big damage. Like that, massive extra damage. And his final special, Flight. You can Blink Dash, but I don't know how to do it. I can't Blink Dash. That was a little dash. So flight's really good, because you can use it to quickly traverse around the screen, and also, you'll notice, I do this, and I try to do it again. It doesn't come out. I do this, and I try to do it again. It doesn't come out. But, if I do it, then fly, I can do it again. So I can fly, do it once, do it a second time. I can do it once, I can fly, and then I can do another special. So it's not too bad. Flight is really good. Storm and other flight characters have the same kind of mechanic where you can do things more than once in the air if you use flight. Okay, so now that is normals and specials are out the way, let's get the supers. So, Photon Array, quarter-circle back. It's Photon Shot, but on steroids, essentially. It actually does pretty good damage. It's like a shotgun. If you do it from up close, you get a lot of damage. And I'm gonna link it after an OTG for huge damage like that, massive. And what's also interesting about it is you'll notice that it actually fires behind Doom. That's really cool. If they have like Virgil, for example, and they try to teleport behind you, you can do this, catch them, X Factor, and get a pickup. So it's pretty good to use. And I'll go on the corner. It has really good DHC potential. So like Virgil, Spiral Swords. Could do something like this. I messed it up. You get the idea. You can do, you know, Spiral Swords, loops, or whatever you want. It's pretty good. Sphere Flame. Sure, you can 2 buttons, match for extra damage. So up close. Does 340k. Pretty good. From a distance, does no damage. However, you can see it's full screen, and it can be very hard to avoid. And if your opponent has, like, no health, I guess you could use it to chip out. What have I written here? It's got bad DHC potential because of how high up it knocks them. But I guess if you DHC really early, and you have a teleport character like Virgil, you could do that. Let's see what Strider does. Strider, I think you can knock him down. Might be very quick though. Yeah, like that. So you can do... You have to be super quick though. And then do that and get a pickup and get a combo. And it's level 3. Doom's Time, I believe it's called. Does anyone know the name of this? Yeah, Doom's Time. Everyone just calls it level 3. Quarter circle 4, 2 buttons. You can see that tiny little, you know, electric spark there. That's the hitbox. It's very small. And it looks like this. It's sick. Probably the coolest level 3 in the game. Does huge damage as well. 440k, which is massive. Let's say I get a combo. And I'm thinking, okay, you know what? They're on the final character. I have X Factor. OTG, got a level 3. And you'll see this does insane damage. Even in level 1 X Factor. Nuts! So, it's Doom's only reversal. It's his only reversal in this game. It does huge damage, great combo ender. Very small hitbox though, so that's its weakness. But you will see this move so often. If I had to take a shot of like the weakest alcohol on earth for how many times I've seen this be used in the past week alone, I would have died from alcohol poisoning. I have a problem. And as I mentioned before, his assists. They're so good to the point where pretty much every character can use them. They can all benefit. So you can see Plasma Beam. It's pretty good. Let's say I do a basic bitch Virgil combo. And I messed it up, even though I play Virgil. Oh, there we go. Could do something like that into a follow-up. Let's see, Strider. I guess Strider can capitalize off this. There you go, he can do something like that. I'm not a Strider player, so you have to forgive me. Let me try one more time. Third time is the charm. Okay, I guess you can't do that, but you get the idea. Doom, Strider, Virgil. I'm pretty sure this is Clockwork's team now that I think about it. Virgil, Doom, Strider, in that order. So yeah, his assists, and just having Doom on your team is such a great asset because he's just so strong, and he has such great DHC potential. And man, his assists are so good. They benefit every character in the game. They just benefit everyone. You know, there are characters like, for example, we'll take Dante. You know, he has Crystal, and he has, I think it's called Weasel Shot, the gun assist. They're in the game, and some people use them, but 99.9% of Dante players are going to use Jam Session. Akuma has Dive Kick and Fireball assists, but 99.9%, even 100% of Akuma players are going to use the Spinning Tatsu assist. It's not like that with Doom. With Doom, all 3 of his assists are viable for pretty much every team. You just pick the assist that you like the most as a player. That's how I would do it if I was playing Doom anyway. I would probably go with Hidden Missiles due to how BS it can be. I think I can show it off. Yeah. So let's tag Virgil in. Hidden Missiles. So you can see there, 6 missiles come out. Let's call it in, and then I can kind of do they home in. Actually, let's do something. Hang on. So Dr. Doom is mainly used second. The reason for that is that if you have him on point, he loses to the commonly chosen point characters. And if you have him on... Look, having Doom on Anchor is actually good. Like, it's a viable, competitively viable, really good strategy to have. You can have him second or Anchor. It's really up to you as a player. Doom is just that good. You can just put him wherever you want and the character will work. But yeah, he's just strong. Even with level 2, X Factor maybe 2-3 bars a meter, not a full 5. He's still pretty good. You can kill any character with one touch with Doom. And I've also written here his common partners that I thought of while writing the notes were Morrigan, Amaterasu, Strider, and Virgil. But there are also other characters like Crimson Viper, Firebrand, Super Skrull, you know, Apology Man used that team. Also Zero and Magneto. I know Milky plays, I think Magneto, Doom, Dante in that order, I believe. So he plays Doom second. He's helping out my theory. Because of Doom's versatility, his incredible resourcefulness in Marvel 3, he can be put with any character in the game. You can have like Phoenix Wright, Shenko, Doom, and that team could probably win because of Doom. So yeah, Doom is a fantastic character. And if you're new to Marvel, try him out. He's a bit tricky for new players. He has some advanced stuff, but you can try him out. But come on, man. We've all seen this combo, but it never gets old. It's so sick. Foot dive. And who doesn't like damage like that? Even when you mess it up, you're still doing like half of Nova's life bar. Nova's like top 10 in the game. So yeah, I think that's going to do it. So thank you guys very much for watching and for putting up with my ramblings as always. If you have a request, if you would like to see another character or another game mode or hell, even another Marvel game, even Tatsunoko versus Capcom or whatever, please let me know in the comment section and I will get to it. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching and I will see you next time. See ya!